Welcome back to Kung Food. Today we're going to go over some simple things you can make at home to help you recover from good workouts. This is going to be a homemade protein bar. Simple recipe, no bake protein bar that you can make at home. And like everything else that we do at Kung Food, you can control what goes into it in order to keep it as healthy or as wholesome as you prefer. Alright, so what we're going to put into it is we're going to sweeten it with stevia. I happen to get some stevia in the raw, made by the people who make sugar in the raw. We're going to use 1/8 of a teaspoon of this. Okay, and we're going to use a combination of chia seeds and roasted hemp seeds, the same stuff I put in the smoothies. Now you're going to want 1/4 cup of chia seeds and 1/4 cup of roasted hemp seeds. And you're going to take these, combine them, and put them in a coffee grinder, grind them up, a blender, a food processor, or if you're looking to burn some extra calories, you can get busy with the mortar and pestle. Alright, then we're going to add 2 tablespoons of coconut flour. And I love this brand. They make all sorts of stuff. If you've watched our earlier episodes, you've seen me use the coconut crystals. This is raw coconut flour. As you can see, it's the real deal. Right? Love this stuff. 2 tablespoons of sesame seeds. We're going to want 10 tablespoons of your protein powder. Whatever protein powder you're using, just make sure it's a good, high-quality protein powder. Preferably not soy. Right? We want something that comes from We'll go into the soy and why it's not good for you later, but for now, trust me. Make sure it's whey or hemp or something other than soy. You don't need the extra estrogens in your system. Okay, you're gonna want 3 tablespoons of cocoa powder. You're gonna want about 1/2 cup of almond butter. And you're going to want 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Okay? And last but not least, you're going to want 2 tablespoons of coconut oil. And try to get the organic, non-processed stuff. Alright? If you get extra virgin coconut oil, it'll taste like coconut. But if you just get plain coconut oil, organic, non-GMO, but not extra virgin, it has no coconut flavor per se, and won't overpower the chocolate flavor that we're going for in our protein bars here. So once you get your ingredients together, it's going to go real quick. We're also going to add a little bit of water to this, but we're going to not going to give you a measurement on that. You're going to just have to eyeball it as it comes together, because if you add too much, then you can't form the bar. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, there's our roasted hemp seeds. After they've been ground up in the grinder, it's like a real fine powder now, and that's exactly what we're going for. Perfect. And we've done the exact same thing with our chia seeds, and now our seeds are very fine, slightly gritty, but powdery. Okay, so once those chia seeds and hemp seeds are ground up, then the next thing we're going to want to do is mix all our dry ingredients together. Okay, so I threw our chia seeds and hemp seeds into a mixing bowl. Just tossed them in there. Now I'm adding the stevia powder. Okay, go ahead and dump that coconut flour on in there. It'll stay behind. There we go. Cocoa powder. Sesame seeds. Good. There's our protein powder. Alright, the last dry ingredient, because it's only semi-dry that you want to add it last, is your almond butter. It's going to be kind of messy at first. So get your almond butter in there. And if your coconut oil isn't already liquefied, You can warm it up on a stove or in the microwave or whatever. But you definitely want your coconut oil to be in liquid form. Okay, once your almond butter's in here, then just go ahead and mix well. Spilled a little there. Try not to. Just take your time, work it all in. Just mix it all together and make it nice and homogeneous. Especially that almond butter, that's going to be a bit of a tough one. Okay, I got it mixed together pretty good here. It was actually kind of tough. I washed my hands, you know, and resorted to just using my fingers because there's these little, it has a tendency, the protein powder has a tendency to make little clumps like this. And I went through it and broke them up as much as I felt like, you know, and I got to the point where I was like, alright, whatever. A couple little balls of protein ain't going to hurt me, and it'll actually add some character to the protein bars. So just crush it up as much as you feel like, and live with the rest, or maybe put it in a food processor if it's really clumping on you. Might have been a little bit because my powder's it was the last of my bucket, so it was kind of old, and so was my almond butter. Just going through the fridge there and coming up with ingredients. So maybe if your stuff's a little fresher than mine, it won't clump as bad. So just do what you feel like, and don't worry about it. Don't stress about it. It's all going to taste the same, and it's going to have the same nutrition. So once your dry goods are all mixed together, go ahead and fold in your coconut oil and your vanilla extract. And I'm going to start with about a quarter cup of water and see where that takes me. And just start mixing that together. Okay, it's really coming together. Just gonna keep stirring it. I ended up adding another quarter cup of water for a total of half cup. I think that's gonna do it. I'm just gonna finish this up here. And you want a good consistency like this. You see, it's gonna be almost like a really thick brownie batter. You don't want it too thin, because all we're going to do is chill it, and then we're going to cut it into pieces, and then you can individually wrap them in wax paper and put them in a Ziploc and take it on the go. Now I've just taken a little pan here. I got a little 8x8 Pyrex. I lightly greased it with some of our handy dandy coconut oil. My batter is done. As you can see, it looks like it's got the consistency. Almost actually reminds me of like a pizza dough. Looks like a ball of dough there, chocolate protein dough. So we're going to take that and go ahead and press that into our pan here. Take it, scoop it all out into this pan, and then just kind of press it down to where it's nice and even. Coconut oil pressing up on the sides there, it's not going to hurt anything. I'll just try to level it out, even consistency, square shape, flat. Not that looks matter, they don't. It's about perfect. Okay. So that's about right. So we're going to cover that with plastic, and we're going to stick that in the fridge for a couple hours. Alright, our protein bars have firmed up somewhat, and that's about as firm as they're going to get. So we're just going to cut them into little squares or whatever you feel like you want to do. These ones over here will be a little bigger. And I'll probably cut them in half. There we go. We got 8 little protein bars. I'll just get these out. Like that. Ta-da! what you can do put them in a Ziploc bag, or you can wrap them up in paper like this, you know, a little bit. This is obviously too much, but you'll store them in any way you want. Otherwise, if you store them next to each other, they'll eventually stick together. But there you go, easy, no bake, healthy protein bar.